Now, moving on to today's other news stories. Recent tensions between the US and North Korea has meant actual sit-down talks have looked unlikely to come in the near future. But America's top diplomat has revealed that channels of communication remain open with the regime on a limited basis. Jung-hee has more.
U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says the United States is communicating directly with North Korea through multiple channels. Speaking to reporters in Beijing Saturday after talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping, Tillerson said the U.S. does have lines of communication with Pyongyang and is not in a blackout. Communication, he said, is happening directly without China's mediation, and 2 or 3 channels with the regime are open. But Tillerson didn't further elaborate on which Americans are involved or how frequent or substantive these contacts are. Also, he said the process hasn't gotten far enough to find out what North Korea wants to discuss. But saying that the overall situation now is rather heated, Tillerson stressed that North Korea should halt its missile launches first to cool things down. This is the first time Tillerson has ever spoken about U.S. outreach to North Korea. In September, he acknowledged that there was very limited contact with Pyongyang's UN envoy. But trying to tamp down expectations, the U.S. State Department later released a statement that Pyongyang hasn't shown any interest in dialogue with Washington. The South Korean presidential office of Cheongwade, meanwhile, says that to resolve the North Korea nuclear issue peacefully, all forms of dialogue should go ahead, whether multilateral or bilateral between Washington and Pyongyang or Seoul and Pyongyang. It also says Seoul and Washington are working together closely to keep channels of communication open with the North, while at the same time keeping maximum sanctions and pressure on the regime to bring it back to dialogue. Jung-hee, Arirang News.